there's a handful of.
Got me seeing stars and shit.
420. What was you thinking?
You are now listening to the Stoned Conservatives podcast.
Oh, fuck no.
Hey everyone, how's it going?
That's all.
Oh, nice and simple, easy intro. Last time it was really freaking long. How's it going, everyone? This is episode 10. Oh, yeah, we got episode 10 of Stone Conservatives podcast. Do you remember that? We could keep doing that every time. Oh, I didn't mean to start the intro.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to do anything, because it just cut very abruptly.
Oh, well, you know what?
Let's act like that was a smooth transition.
We get right into the point in this show. On my left.
So, Adrian, what makes you a conservative? Defend it.
I don't know. Some things are interesting, like families. I guess that part of it.
So you're more like conservative or socially liberal, but fiscally conservative.
Yeah, in some ways, like there's conservative like values that matter, like I don't know, like there's the sense of having the family, the money, all that shit.
I feel you. It's all about the family, and you gotta in the long run, you can't be a liberal and support a family, right, Alan?
Sure you can.
Well, you never know. You got them food stamps and shit, which I might have to apply for. I announced this today earlier on my show. I do a new show early in the mornings now. I figured we need to
early,
have,
10 a.m.
Early, like I tried 7 a.m. It was like 9. It was about 9.
And how was that?
It was pretty good. It actually went pretty well. I just kind of talked a little bit. I figured, okay, well, in 30 minutes, I bet I'll run out of steam, But I actually did about like a good hour, like just by myself, reading the news, reacting, just, talking about personal stuff too. Maybe like personal stories or whatever. Not like, personal stuff like Alan talks about all the time with his wife.
What's wrong with
I just like to interject it. I like to get Alan's feedback every 0.5 seconds.
That's a lot.
Yep, it's every second. And we just or at least I did. I just talked about it, played a little bit of music in the beginning, and then I went over strain reviews.
Oh,
yeah. So I smoked Gorilla Glue.
Gorilla Glue.
Yeah, number 4. I guess number 1, 2, and 3 weren't that good. Mm-hmm. So number 4 was the best. And
I got some more right here.
Oh, do you?
There you go. It's dabs.
There it is.
It's dabs. See, because it's really Gorilla Glue.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, but this isn't number 4 though.
No, that's just the clear stuff.
And in a prior episode,
I can't get it open. Sealed itself shut.
Who smoked that? That's the question.
Yeah, someone had to smoke this, and then they said, "Oh, this tastes just like the Gorilla Glue that I smoked." No,
that's how you discover different strains. So you just like, how far can I reach the limit? Try like different types of fucking shit that you can find around you.
Yeah.
And just like be like, let's see how this is. Smoke it somehow. I don't know. You gotta light that shit.
Yeah. So
be crazy about it.
What's your preferred method? Smoking, eating, vaporizing?
Smoking mostly. Yeah, smoking.
Do you do like a water bong or?
No, it's always a pipe. It's never anything else. Mostly because I'm definitely not a good roller.
Yeah.
I can't do that shit, dude. It's hard.
Yeah,
I don't know how. Like, I've never been taught how.
Okay. Well, I'll have to show you how to roll some good joints. I could roll.
It'll be like that scene from Ghost.
Yeah.
The pottery scene.
I was thinking the scene from How High when he's about to roll a blunt and then he turns on the air conditioner and all the weed flies everywhere. But, yeah,
or Titanic.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Every now and then I like to roll a blunt. You know, have a nice blunt, and it is tobacco. Shame on me. Mm-hmm. But I seen that they came out with this new canna wrap, and it's kind of floating around here in New Mexico, where it's just a cannabis hemp. It's a cannabis hemp cigar, so you can smoke it. And
oh, nice.
So I'm gonna try that, but every now and then I like a good blunt. And I notice if you roll a blunt or a just a typical rolling paper, there's a big difference between the two, and you could fuck it up on each of them very easy. So just practice, you know, and you're gonna roll 1,000 ugly ones before you hit that beauty, you know, every now and then.
Every time you smoke one too, it like smoking a blunt, it's thicker. Like it feels thicker in some way. Like you're having some sort of I don't know, like higher form of I don't know, like just form of thinking that just kind of overwhelms you sometimes.
Yeah, so all that, the more smoke it hits you, it's more overwhelming, and how it reacts to you medically and stuff like that. And so that's pretty cool. Like I notice it when I smoke it gets me more creative and able for me to do this show. Have you ever broke a bong? We're gonna go into what we talked about last week.
What was it called?
A bong?
Yeah, or a pipe.
What would you call it?
Oh, you know, breaking bong. You know, from THC's Breaking Bong.
What?
You ever break a bong?
No.
Okay. Well,
tell me.
I broke a few bongs and stuff like that, and I was gonna hopefully, you know, segue this to where, you know, I broke a few things. And Alan, how about we do this? Have you ever broke a phone, like pretty bad?
Yeah, I was live streaming. I was doing a Periscope, and I was riding my skateboard.
Right.
And then I hit a rock, and I flew, and the skateboard stopped. You know, that tricky momentum thing. And my new phone that I just got a couple days before just fucking screen cracked, and it was beyond repair or use.
I remember that, and yeah, that was brutal, and it was pretty bad.
Yeah, the Periscope stream was kind of funny to watch after that, knowing that like you just see the phone fly out and just stop.
This is dead on arrival.
Damn.
I'm looking breaking phones.
Dad, I dropped it from its crutches. I shouldn't be on a phone when I'm walking.
That's almost offensive. It almost triggered me. I'm looking at your phone here, and it looks like it. What type of phone is this?
It's an iPhone 6, I think.
Okay.
What is this? iPhone 6 or 7?
And it's cracked.
It's an iPhone 6 shattered.
Yeah, iPhone 6S shattered.
Well,
destroyed.
I wanted to do a quick little update, Alan, if you want to pull this up as I speak. If you want. iPhone update.
Yeah.
So basically, I need to quit saying that word. I'm hoping you can join me with that word, not saying... because I say that word all the time. Remember how you said that John tried not to say throughout the whole show and it was so awkward? Yeah. There's a lawsuit over Apple now over the iPhones purposely breaking, but they fuck up the phones in order to save the battery usage with their updates.
Okay.
And it like saves the battery. But so now they're going through a bunch of lawsuits from, I think one like is coming out of like France with the lawsuit. Mm-hmm. So what do you think? Do you think they should get sued if they're purposely degrading your phone just to conserve the battery? Because over time, battery being for a phone that old could, go bad.
I guess you have to, right? You have to because they've never really, they never really said it to the public.
Right.
They've never expressed it, and I don't even think... But then again, at the same time, no one ever reads those fucking terms and conditions.
Yo, right. So
right? So we never know if that fucking shit existed.
Yeah, it could have been in there.
It could have been there. Me, personally, I think, fuck these motherfuckers, they have a lot of money.
Yeah. So do you think it's kind of like a both ways, like, well, maybe they should have read the fine print, or they should have kind of known better that these batteries aren't going to withheld over time, But or and that Apple they shouldn't be doing these and making these crazy phones if the battery can't handle it after like 3, 4, 5 years or so.
Well, I mean, like, it just kind of tells you that they don't really have like they don't have a path to kind of progress. It's like Microsoft keeps stepping their game up.
Right, so they're just kind of leeching their customers.
Android, Google, they're stepping up.
Yeah, they are.
Apple's kind of like still in 2012. So,
have you seen that dual screen phone? They have like a dual screen phone now. Like it opens up and it has 2 screens. Mm-hmm. And yeah, watch iPhone X2 or some bullshit is gonna finally have the dual screen. So yeah, they're definitely not catching up. They're more or less. What is this?
This gentleman is showing that his phone is very slow, and he's putting it in a container of tannerite.
Oh, okay. And does that speed up your phone?
Well, because it is a quick explosive, yes, I would think it would help.
For at least a flash of a second.
Yeah.
You better fucking fix this shit right now!
Put the cap back on. We have GoPro there. We got the tanner right there in the center.
Folks.
Then my GoPro's sitting farther up on that pallet. And then this is the SKS. This is what we're shooting with.
Oh, he's going to shoot it with an SKS. Oh, this is great. Oh.
Planned obsolescence right there.
So, yeah, as a conservative, this is probably naturally we would settle our differences by shooting at the phone or making it explode or both at the same time.
It seems reasonable.
Yeah, it does seem a lot more reasonable still, other than, no, I said on my warranty I would have it for a year.
There's the screen.
Yeah, that phone's gone.
Yeah. I bet the coverage is really good now because it's all over the place.
As long as you have that policy, right? The fucking 2-year warranty.
How many iPhones does it take to stop an AK-74 bullet? There's just a picture with like 5 iPhones with holes in them.
Oh gosh. Well, I bet you would take a little more than that, right? Than 5.
Perhaps more than that.
Perhaps more than that.
Come on, try getting it out. Try getting it out. Go ahead.
Gross.
So President Trump, it's going to be almost a year now, guys. We're coming up to the end of the year. I kind of want to go over and read Trump's list. Is 81 major accomplishments this year, and the 11 that were taken away from Obama. Alan argues, though, which is fair, and I would probably agree in some aspect, that you can't take away a legacy, even though if it's like literally removed, hence Obamacare or something. But I don't know. I think Trump did a lot better than Obama in his first year. So I think y'all should be very impressed with Trump.
Because it's a New Year's wrap-up type thing, right?
No, yeah. So we got the New Year's thing. We could have that playing if it's nice and don't get us fucking. It'll get us copyrighted for sure.
No, I don't like this version because there's a guy wispily singing over it.
Oh, I hate that. Do you hate versions like that where it's like, say
you kind of want to have like a clean version, just like one that doesn't have to do with anyone.
Yeah. God bless America.
All right, what's some of the accomplishments?
Year 1 list, 81 major accomplishments.
Are you going to read it?
I like this a lot. Jobs and the economy. Passage of the tax reform bill providing $5.5 billion in cuts and repealing the Obamacare mandate. Increase of the GDP above 3%. Creation of 1.7 million new jobs, cutting unemployment to 4.1%. We saw the Dow Jones reach record highs. A rebound in economic confidence to a 17-year high. A new executive order to boost apprenticeships.
Partisans.
Apprenticeships. Apprenticeships.
What about it?
A new order to boost those.
Okay.
That I can't pronounce. And this is good too. It's falling for me not being able to read this. A move to boost computer sciences and education department programs. Yeah, because I'm a robot.
Yeah, you could probably use that.
I'm a robot. Prioritizing women-owned businesses for some $500 million.
Are you mad about that?
Loans.
You mad, bro?
Well, I don't know. Apparently, as conservatives, we're
want those bitches to be working?
Anti-feminist, right? Do I want those quote unquote bitches working? Is that what he said?
You know why you should?
Why?
Because if you didn't,
because you'd be in jail.
Oh shit! Oh shit! That's true, Trump. That's so goddamn true. Killing job stifling regulations. Signed an executive order demanding that 2 regulations be killed for every new one creates. He beat that big and cut 16 rules and regulations for everyone created, saving $8.1 billion. Signed 15 congressional regulatory cuts. Withdrew from the Obama-era Paris Climate Agreement, ending the threat of environmental regulations. Signed an executive order cutting the time for infrastructure permit approvals.
By the way, what's wrong with having environmental regulations?
Okay, you want a good example? Do you remember?
What's wrong with having environmental regulations? I don't want an example. I want you to answer the question.
Because with these regulations, they don't save things if you're making them regulate and have it only drilled or doing things at certain locations.
How?
If you're trying to prevent something damaging and yet it's on something that's environmentally protected, you can't act or do so. For example, with the Rio Grande incident and the river, and the up in Colorado with the mine, and it turned all that shit orange and shit and nasty with full of lead and a bunch of harsh chemicals and shit, mercury even. That was because of an environmental protected act. So getting rid of these things is going to save.
How is it
because they couldn't get to it because EPA told them not to do it.
So then why were they doing that in the first place?
So literally EPA is stopping
like if there's regulations
from actually protecting. It's literal fucking 1984 shit where it's like, oh, it's the health program and it doesn't do anything and it costs people money. And it's like, oh, it's the education system and it makes people stupid like how I talk. And then,
well, that's your fault.
Yeah, I know, because I didn't pay attention in school. And
yeah,
they did so on
Dr.
purpose.
Pepper for breakfast.
I have it for lunch and dinner. You got a problem? I got a Slim Jim in my pocket.
That's a problem.
America.
By the way, one time he locked his keys in his car and he was trying to get into it, and one of my neighbors was like, "Do you need a Slim Jim?" And he's like, "What do you want, a cookie?"
Oh, okay.
Because he thought he meant like, "Do you like a Slim Jim, like the food?"
Yeah, I didn't know. Well,
it was like 2 a.m.
using Mexican lingo. You want that Slim Jim?
It's called a Slim Jim. Anyone knows that the tool you use to get your car unlocked is called a Slim Jim. It's anyone
I had no idea. And I
clearly.
And you know what I learned that day?
And you refused help because of it.
You know what I learned that day? Shut my fucking mouth and then let people probably open your car with a Slim Jim, which I thought would be impossible. You got to be out of your fucking mind. With
like, I don't want grease all over my car.
Stupid compressed beef. All right, look, I could go over the 81 list. I can keep doing this.
No, I think we're good.
So what's the question? What is the question at hand?
Trump's just kicking ass, and he's probably done more, in my opinion, than any president that first got into office.
Mm-hmm.
He finally, what they would call his first actual legislature of the tax cut. Which we should go right into, Alan. Could we?
I thought we did the tax cut thing last week.
Yeah, but I wanted the CNN breaking down the tax cut thing. That was so cool. Also, just to point out.
So you admit they're not fake news?
CBS, not CNN. Did I say CNN? My bad. This is CBS.
So you admit they're not fake news?
No, CNN is definitely fake news. I think it might be that, yeah.
Let's see. 9 tax breaks in the new.
If here might. But I can go over one real quick while
that was a fucking slideshow version. Jesus.
Yeah, I hate that shit.
Citrus growers. I don't know how. Airplane owners.
Everything I'm talking about will be on Stone Conservatives page if you guys want to follow along out there.
Brewers. There's enough fucking brewers out here already. Jesus Christ. There's like 87 breweries in this fucking town alone.
You got a problem with it?
It doesn't need to be any easier for them.
Here,
it's already so easy.
I'm sending you that video that I want you to play.
Oh, it's a video?
Yeah, it's just because it goes over it really well and it kills time. I mean, it makes people educational.
Kills time.
I just
from Milo.
Yeah,
from Milo's page.
From Mr. Milo. He has some good shit, dude.
Oh,
he's a well-dressed conservative.
So you think he's attractive?
Oh yeah, of course. Play the video.
Give it a second. It has to load.
You better fucking fix this shit right now!
Excuse me, I'm talking.
Most Americans will get a tax cut next year under the plan Congress passed this week, but figuring out exactly how much your family will save is tricky. Republicans
Remember, we have to worry about copyright issues.
$73,000
Okay, we'll stop
a year will
halfway.
see taxes drop by more than $2,000.
Just play this little segment.
Okay.
I'll tell you when to stop it.
We wanted to see how folks will actually fare, so we asked households from 3 different parts of the country to send us their tax returns, and then we had an accountant calculate how things will change for each of them.
So they told us to go fuck ourselves.
The motion to reconsider
is laid upon the skip over this a little bit, but basically they went around and talked to different people and say, hey, what's your tax and what you're going to be having on the new tax plan, and it went from people like single, one-child income, renting a house, to someone making over $500,000. And here, if you could play that right now.
So this is assuming she's making under $40,000.
Readjust and rearrange, but we do get by.
So will getting by get any easier? We brought her 2016 tax return to Jeffrey Levine, a certified public accountant at Blueprint Wealth Alliance on New York's Long Island.
If she were your client, what would you tell her?
I got good news for you, Marcy. You're getting more money back next year.
Okay,
so more money. Alan.
So I understand how tax breaks are good for people, but that money is not going. How much is it? $1.5 trillion is now coming out of the U.S. budget.
Well, okay, yeah, as it's
that's
up like about 6 or almost 7.
The budget is not up.
Dow.
I can tell you personally, it's there's still hiring freezes in most government agencies. They do not have more budget.
His thing didn't even go through yet.
It's a new fiscal year. It's 3 months in.
Well, it has to be passing within. He
just
signed the tax bill.
The issue is that every time they try to approve a new budget, the other side says no, we don't want that, and threatens a shutdown. This is what's been happening for the past fucking 4 years.
That makes sense because I would like to go to.
It has nothing really to do with this specifically, but it happens every time they try to approve a budget. So the budget isn't going up.
Well, I want to do a quick fact. All 664 Democratic votes during the Senate for the tax cut were against it. All of them. 0 voted for a tax cut.
And understandably, they probably
want the middle class
did
to save taxes.
They probably, dude, you're forgetting about social services. That money has to come from somewhere. Until they start legalizing and taxing weed on a fucking federal level, they're not really going to get these big streams of fucking revenue that they need to make up now that there's a $1.5 trillion tax break. That's the issue.
If you look at the Dow and how it accumulates with the how it's probably up past 24.
But the Dow has nothing to do with government
does.
assistance budgets.
No,
it has nothing to do with
the economy.
It does with the economy.
How much they could spend at the time, and how much they can't.
But how the economy is doing does not all of a sudden give the government more money. All that money comes in via tax.
I can tell you, 1.5 trillion is probably going to be a lot less than 14 or so missing.
14 what?
Trillion missing from Obama's whole
you're trying. That's a different thing though. You're talking about the total national deficit. This is the internal budget which gets approved. That's different than the economy. That's different than the government getting loans from China and China saying, "Hey, you're defaulting this many times." That's different.
Well, yeah, but like I said, it's because they're confident of the whole stock market. That's the only reason why, and that's the reason why a lot of these jobs are coming in and starting to give a lot of like $1,000 bonuses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So,
but still, in the meantime, it's going to be harder for It's going to be harder with this tax cut for people or for the government to get enough revenue in to be able to keep these social services flowing how they're flowing right now. It's going to be difficult because anytime they want to try to say, okay, let's get more budget in here, let's try to do more of this so it'll stimulate and we'll get this back, it gets fucking argued upon on the other side and they try to threaten a shutdown. So it's just a cycle. So that's why they probably voted against it, is because they're like, well, fuck, where's this money going to come from now? 1.5 trillion is a significant portion of the budget.
Well, because they are mostly not gonna. They weren't gonna tax the high upper class and then have the middle class relieved. They said that they wanted to raise the middle class and the lower class with their taxes in order to pay off their deficit. Trump's just confident because of the rising economy that it would be able to pay it off mostly. But yeah, I agree.
But he still has to do a lot more stuff to reverse the budget issue.
He has to deliver it.
Yeah.
Like he's going to have to deliver it.
But then to reverse the national debt issue, to make it start going in the opposite direction, he's going to have to make a lot bigger moves than just a tax cut.
I had to spiel and just say so, but it actually has been lowering. Like the debt from a previous year actually went down like a whole $20 billion or so from the accumulating debt that keeps occurring. But if you could find something on that or something to disprove it, let me know.
The debt's still climbing.
Well, see, that's the thing, too.
It's not going down.
I don't even trust that.
If it's on a downward trend, it would show, but it's not.
Well, no, of course it's going to be accumulating debt, but every year there's so much debt that's piling on, right? Like a whole billion or so.
Yeah, because we're not doing enough. We're not doing enough to be able to reverse it.
It had already been reversed of the whole annual debt that we're paying into. That's what it's been showing. Of course, there's still going to be massive debts, and it's going to be climbing, but it's been slowing down due to Trump's presidency.
Even right now, the U.S. federal budget deficit is at $661,765,552,000. That's a lot of fucking money.
You know,
to consider that's what their budget deficit is, and they're cutting $1.5 trillion in taxes while they continue to. Well, the budget deficit's getting smaller, so that's good.
Yeah, that's what I try.
But the entire national debt is not.
It's still going to be rising. It's bad. Yeah. It's really bad.
It's not great.
And you can thank the Obamas and the Bushes for that. 9/11, I'm woke. Are you woke about 9/11? Do you believe what went down, or do you believe the conspiracy, Adrian?
Oh, I'm very woke.
Are you woke?
Yes.
Alan's not so woke about Tower 7.
You say that. Okay, good for you. Good for you.
So you know that 3 buildings went down that day. Or no, 4 with the Pentagon.
Pentagon didn't go down.
Well, yeah, so 3 buildings went down that day, right? You know the 3 instead of 2.
Oh, I thought it was just 2, man.
Oh, shit, and he's got woke now. All right, Alan, I was going to talk about, since he's reducing things, on top of all this debt and shit, how do you feel about him reducing the UN budget by $285 million?
I don't know.
That's a big number.
Yeah, but you got to look at their total budget anyways.
Right.
Just give me a second.
Do you agree with the UN, or what you would think is probably acceptable to have as a nation?
Let's see. So they have a $5.4 billion budget for 2016 to 2017.
Okay.
So take out how much?
$285 million. So it's not.
It's not. Yeah, it's not a huge portion. Okay. It's 284 fucking million. It's a lot of money.
$250 million.
Yeah.
So do you think it was like a little jab or something at him? Probably. Because he probably did this out of spite.
Depends. There's probably reasons why. I mean, this isn't something that I know about.
All I know that Trump is actually doing it. He is saving money. He went around. He told the Boeing people, "Look, I don't want that fucking expensive $1 billion thing. Make it cheaper." Even the wall, they're estimating it to be from like 10. He said some low ridiculous number, and I can't really ever believe that. But I think the whole he said like 10 mil, right? But I think the nation said it would be about like 10 billion.
Okay.
Which if he's taking out 285 million from the UN, that's only doing that like 100 times or so. So yeah.
So overall, you would say that You thought Trump's first year was a success?
A great success, in my opinion.
Great success.
Great success. Yeah, I just did it real quick.
I thought there was gonna be some beat or something.
Everything he just said is absolutely false.
Great success.
Nice. So, so what's your opinion, Alan? I'll go with you. Consider
on what? The budget?
Trump. How do you think he's doing this year? No,
I guess he's doing okay, but he could have gone about it a little smoother.
Now, I want you to think a little bit about.
He's undone a lot of stuff, and it's arguable whether or not some of that stuff is good, depending on what your interests are.
Well, I think it's good that if you have a child, you can.
I don't
not do deductions or whatever. Is that what it is?
What?
A new tax thing. If you have one child, you can not do a deduction or
I don't know,
something like that, just to save taxes a little bit. That's cool. What about all the we have a dog here in the studio.
Oh.
What do you think of what time is it? Maybe running a little late.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think of the?
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Just stop it.
Yeah, I should just stop it. I think he did good. Adrian, what do you think? Do you think he did pretty good? All right? No, terrible.
Like it wasn't. I don't think it was
from the internet.
Yeah.
So
no, I mean, I thought overall, I guess. I don't know, man. Like in terms of like budgeting and whatnot, like there was certain business decisions that he made for certain regulations and whatnot. That like this was a period when a lot of these like really high top class, big names like Harvey Weinstein get caught for these fucking things, man.
Yeah, with his new sex trafficking thing and whatnot that he implemented, and now everyone in Hollywood's flipping out over.
So like
stuff like that, like
these like big stories that like just kind of happen during during these fucking crazy that's a story that would have never happened before, and all of a sudden like next thing you know, bam, that happens. I'm not saying like they're connected, but like these this happened at this time,
right, for a good reason, and
right, and then. But at the same time, like he's been scrutinized the entire time during the press.
Right.
But he said some stupid shit too at the same time.
Yeah, he's gonna say some dumb shit. Like what was it this year? I think the dumbest thing I think I heard him say was the president of Puerto Rico. What was it?
Yeah, like I don't even know, man.
Well, I mean,
he's my hombre.
I would have done that too, but that just shows that he's not just this politician that's just button and tie ready to go and pretty much essentially lie to people. Mm-hmm. He's pretty much just telling the truth. He fumbles around. I would rate his Twitter usage a fucking 100%. He's a troll master.
Should he be though?
Yes, he should be.
Should he though?
He watches 8 hours of news a day. Drinks a fucking 12-pack of Diet Coke and tweets all day, and then still somehow manages to do presidential shit.
Yeah, and his best
this
tweet
just baffles
ever,
me on how he spends his time.
And his best tweet ever
it's got to be like 6 hours of work a day.
When he
that's not much time.
He told Kim Jong-un, he's like, I wouldn't call him short and fat.
So this is what I do like. I like the fact that for now, because I don't think he's the type of he gave power to the fucking our military.
Yeah, and
so that's at least that shows you something.
So
like that means that he has confidence in his in the U.S. military, and I don't know, man.
Right. So overall,
we haven't gone into war yet, but at the same time, with this fucking the money that we owe, I don't even know, man. China's coming after us.
Well, they'll probably only come after us if we don't pay him and shit like that, probably, right? Like, do you think they'll
If we
get
default,
to be default?
it'll be it'll hurt the U.S.'s credit, but that's already kind of fucked anyways.
Right. Well, he's pretty much almost has he's like they're cool with it, you know, like they're like a gang member, like a rival gang member.
Yeah.
But they're like, well, I know him and I get info from this guy, so I don't want to kill him just yet, or whatever. I don't want to hustle him just yet. I'm not a gangster, but
you might be.
I might be. But yeah, so
I'm just
overall economy good, socially not so well, but other than my opinion, yes, he's doing fantastic on socially and on Twitter and everything.
Yeah.
All right, so
like, and then, you know, like the feedback, obviously, it's like it's crazy.
Right.
It's insane.
So what would you rate him, Alan? We'll start with you. 1 out of 10.
Oh God! Don't make me do that.
We're gonna make you do this, dude.
If it were like, let's go with
overall.
Let's go with old celebrities. If it were, let's go between Betty Grable and Gina Lollobrigida. It would probably be a Sally Fields.
It's like right in the middle.
These are great. This is great analogies because I want to do this too. Okay.
Okay.
If I were to rate Donald Trump, I would rate him from Coen Brothers movies. Like,
okay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. All right.
Donald Trump this year was like Burn After Reading.
My opinion between Donald Trump is like kind of like Pixar movies. I guess like one being what was like the worst Pixar movie in your opinion?
Cars.
So Cars, 10. Yeah, Cars was garbage. So Cars and 10 is like Toy Story.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm going Toy Story 2.
No
He's
way.
like it's almost 100%.
Really?
I'm telling you.
Damn.
He's doing so damn good. Alan's face. And he's going to keep on doing it, and I promise you that. And next year, we're going to keep on winning. I wish we had it.
You don't drink filtered water, do you?
I don't drink any water, do you?
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering how he got you under the spell.
Where are we at in time? Are we 45 minutes
We're
in?
ended.
Are we about an hour?
Yeah, we're good.
We good? Because I don't want to like trigger your wife when she walks in.
She's not going to be triggered. She dismisses this whole thing.
Oh, okay.
It's good.
She finds it funny.
No.
Well, one day you're gonna end up getting her pregnant.
No,
this
I'm not.
is where I'm going with.
If that happens, then I'm entitled to lawsuit money.
You ever want a kid, Adrian?
No, I mean not at the moment, man.
Maybe a little later, like late.
It's one of those things where I'm not thinking about it, and if I do, I kind of fucking stop thinking about it because I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Well, I think I would want a kid, but in my late 20s, like late, like maybe at the beginning of 30s.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Because you're settled down, man.
Is
that the thing?
Well, I'll probably get my ass boosting. Like I'll actually start doing a lot more shit and be goofing around and shit. But
don't let a baby be a thing to make you change and act like an adult. That's fucked up.
Well,
that's just bound for failure.
Well, I was talking to my mom and she told me, she's like, that's gonna make having a kid, you're not gonna be like the center of it all. It's not gonna even be about you, like ever. It's gonna be all about the kid and shit. So yeah, I'm not looking forward to that because I enjoy my presents, and I probably won't get shit. They'd be like, "Oh, well, I got your son Silas or whatever." That'd be my son.
Ew, you already have a name?
Yeah. No,
what's wrong with you?
That'd be a cool name, right? You like that?
No,
that's a sexy name.
What was it again?
I'm not gonna say it.
Silas. Ooh.
Silas.
That's disgusting.
Silas Anderson.
Oh, what's wrong with you?
You gotta fucking fix this shit right now.
Black lives
You remember
matter.
this one, Adrian?
Black lives matter.
Yeah.
Black lives matter.
Oh my god, with this
sign
stupid
in
sign and pushing me.
You guys showed up to their event and poked and prodded them. What did you think was gonna happen?
Do you know what I said to him?
Yeah, what about the
Just
FBI
said
statistics?
is absolutely false.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
What about the FBI? You're chanting, what about FBI statistics to a crowd that's chanting something?
And they went.
You are fake news.
Basically.
And then they were like.
Black lives matter.
And then I was like.
Excuse me, I'm talking.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll wrap this up here real quick because this is on breaking, and this is hashtag fucking Joy Villa. So Joy Villa was known to be like this lady. I think she's part black or Hispanic for sure. She showed up at the Emmys, I believe, wearing a Trump dress. You remember that, Alex?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. Yeah, she's kind of good looking, like really.
Yeah, she like the
artist,
and she's a singer.
But she was and she was wearing that Trump dress.
Yeah. So so there's been some rumors and a lot of hardcore Trump people, like supporters and shit.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, don't trust her. Because last year she voted for Obama, and then in the beginning she was all going for Bernie, like she was a Bernie baby and shit.
People can change their opinions,
and that's what I was thinking too. But I'm starting to think this lady is probably bad news for conservatives, because she's trying to get that light for conservative imagery, like, oh, I'm a conservative, and then she goes and does this as she accuses Corey Lewandowski for doing the exact same thing. Basically, on the video, if you want to pull it up, you look a little busy there. She was slapping this guy's ass, like she was just like slapping it, and the guy's like, oh, stop it, but in the video, it looks like she's having fun. Okay, so every Trump supporter, everyone right now is flipping the rails, going, "Holy shit, Joy Villa she's trying to fuck this all up, whatever." In my opinion, she was just probably trying to have fun, and I think there's a difference between, like, if I got slapped in the ass just jokingly, then yeah, whatever. But if I got slapped,
then your girlfriend would kill that person.
Yeah, by like my boss at work. Yeah, no shit. If I got slapped by my boss at work or something, then that's like sexual harassment, and then that's what she accused Corey Lewandowski of doing. So, yeah, I'm a little bit back and forth with this. So basically, fellow stone conservatives out there, I guess keep an eye on Joy Villa.
Oh shit, we didn't do a weekly Skullo.
We got it going. I got one lined up if you want to do the weekly.
Just give me a second.
Yeah, we really got to get that on the board, dude.
Okay, we're ready.
Ready? All right, guys. The weekly Skull is Daniel Miller. Thank you. Thank you for listening, liking the page, following up, everything.
Yeah, that's for you.
Yeah, you got a shout out from us.
Damn. There you go.
Yeah, and we were almost on the radio, so that could have been fucking expensive, homie.
That's yeah.
Black Lives Matter.
Adrian, do you want to plug anything?
Do I want to plug anything?
Yeah, do you have like a thing like you want people to check out? Instagram, Twitter, YouTube.
Well, I guess for the most part, just stand by, because I'm gonna be making some more new film projects. So if you want to follow me,
okay.
Yeah, that's the way to find me. I forgot what my Instagram is, but I think you can follow me on Twitter.
Okay.
You can find me there. But I don't know.
And
just
it's
search for Adrian Rivas.
Okay, ADRIAN.
RIVAS.
All right.
Bam.
And then Alan, do you want to plug something? I know you got potential problems.
Just that.
Just potential problems. Live every Saturday on Facebook and YouTube. We have a feed, and also this is a joins with the network of Potential Problems Network.
Yeah.
So Stone Conservatives is kind of part of it.
Yeah, it's Potential Problems, Woodstar, the podcast, and then this.
Yeah, and then you guys could get us all on an RSS feed download.
iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play.
Yeah.
All those places.
All of it. So check it out.
Killing the game. That's all I got to say.
Oh, wait, one thing. 2018, we're going to have California legalization. Can you believe this?
They already did it, though.
No, but it's going to start.
Yeah, it starts in January.
2018. So it's in days. 3 days or so, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 days legalization.
4.
They're estimated about like $5 billion or something.
Jeez.
That it could bring in.
Over a year.
Over a year.
Yeah.
So
I could believe that.
You believe that?
Because Colorado brought in what, $1 billion?
The black market estimates.
Whoa!
Black lives matter.
The black market
Holy
matters.
Shit.
Yeah,
that was scary.
Yeah, they make over like $10 billion in just pot.
I don't think that's right.
I read it, and you can check it out on Stone Conservatives. Signing out. Have a good one, everyone.